Scott Dixon managed to work his way around quickly and move his way up into fourth position. The field is already around Pioneer Park.
So we keep our eye on the field. 26 cars, Davey, all making their way through turn number 1, and that was the big if this year's. Now they head to turn number 10 and Mark James.
Willpower, then it's Briscoe, then it's Ryan Hunter-Reay. Those front three have separated themselves nicely. Pretty much single file, although Joseph Newgarden ran into some trouble there, kind of banged wheels, which opened the door for the Boy Scouts of America car.
So while Briscoe and Willpower were dicing it up early on, as it turns out, Willpower, the Verizon car, Davey, has taken the point. Some good racing early. Ryan Hunter-Reay runs third. They're back in turn number 1.
Back in turn 1. They're all strung out pretty good. It's impressive how close these guys are running together. Brand new car combinations, engine combinations, different manufacturers throughout, and what a great start for these new cars.
Back in front of Jake Query as they head to 4.
Willpower, and then about 2 car lengths behind him before you get to the second place car. That of Ryan Briscoe, then Ryan Hunter-Reay. The entire field is single file now. James Jakes looks to the inside to try to make a pass. He decides better, but everybody already in through turn number 8.
It's Power, Briscoe, Hunter-Reay, Dixon, and Hinchcliffe. Your top 5. Elio Castroneves is 6th. Tony Kanaan is 7th. Dario Franchitti is 8th. Marco Andretti is 9th. Graham Rahal is 10th. Dave, you've got to be impressed with what Joseph Newgarden has been able to do this weekend. He's the 2011 Firestone Indy Lights champ with a brand new team, that Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing team. Let's face it, not a great reputation on road and street courses, but they were darn good through the first 3 practice sessions. Made a mistake in qualifying, but it looks like the Newgarden Sarah Fisher Hartman combination could be a good one.
I think it's a great one, and I think Joseph showed us what he could do in the Firestone Indy Lights last year by winning the championship there, winning some races, and really showing his talents, and now have the opportunity to come over here and in the IndyCar, IZOD IndyCar Series with Sarah has put together, they won the last race, by the way, so they're a good team, but they've struggled on the road courses and street courses a bit. They struggled for funding, and what a good job for them. Hopefully it continues.
Catherine Legg slowing on the course on the front straight, and Simon Pagenaud, boy, Davey Hamilton, the team has made a call that has got to be oh so smart at this point, because you can't get any luckier than that. Caution flag is going to come out, and Simon Pagenaud just might be the race leader if everyone decides to stop, and I'm assuming they will on this first yellow. Look, we are green. Ryan Briscoe is the race leader, then Ryan Hunter-Reay shown second, Dixon, and now we've got Dixon making the move, and Davey, he's going to go to second.
Yeah, he sure is. Now this is another restart. It's yellows sometimes breed yellows, but everybody clean 3 wide to turn 1.
Wow, tight through there. Yeah, Jake Query, they head to you.
Scott Dixon was aggressive at the start. He finds himself in second. Pretty good battle back. The battle for 5th as Graham Rahal goes to the outside of James Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe shuts the door. The leader, Ryan Briscoe, into 7.
Yep, so we keep our eye on Graham Rahal. Meantime, the leader out in front is Briscoe. Dixon runs second. Hunter-Reay has gone to
turn
third.
5.
And we've got a problem in turn 5.
Willpower got hung out to dry. They went 3 wide through turn number 5. No contact, but that 12 car who dominated and led the first stint of this race lost a couple positions on the track, Mike.
And yet we've got a piece of debris on track. Looks like it could be from one of the Penske cars. We'll have to check it out. It looks like one of the front end plates. Mark James, as the cars head to you.
Turn the car 15 car of Takuma Sato made a great pass to the inside of the setup in turn number 10, and then he climbed into the throttle mightily and set sail down that short little straightaway. So the 15 car is hooked up early on.
Well, Tony Kanaan has come to a stop. Let's go to Jake Query. Jake.
It is Tony Kanaan just underneath the Firestone Bridge, that right-handed bend that is turn number 3, and Kanaan's car apparently has just come flat to a stop. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of a problem with that Chevrolet Power or it might be something else, but we had thought, guys, I don't want to be too speculative, but we had thought that attrition as far as the manufacturers could play a factor today. Could it be too early for that? I'm not sure, but Tony Kanaan is sitting still.
We've got Scott Dixon. He is the race leader, snake bitten at this track. The last 4 years he has had 3 DNFs here, but Davey, a good restart as he leads the field into turn number 1.
He sure does. Andretti looks like he has a good start as well. They fan out
3
wide again. It looks like, is that the GoDaddy car?
Yep, that's Hinchcliffe.
Looks like a little contact between, who was that? Sato, maybe. Yeah, it was Sato.
Because Taku took the point there. He takes the spot, and Jake Query, the field is in front of you.
Scott Dixon has led 57 total laps in St. Petersburg. He's well out in the lead now. Will Power trying to make up room as they move into turn number 5, works his way around Justin Wilson and tries to close in on Dario Franchitti.
So the entire field now clearing 5, 6, 7, 8, and now heading to turn number 9. Off of 9, the leader, Scott Dixon. He'll head to Mark James in turn number 10.
Through the shadows of the Mahaffey Theater and the Dolly Museum, and it looks like we've got a pass. Who was entertaining thoughts there? Marco Andretti took a peek around the bottom side of Elio Castroneves, but didn't want to leave Takuma Sato too much room. They clear turn 10, set up for turn 11 and 12.
Scott Dixon is out in front of Ryan Hunter-Ray. Third place to Elio Castroneves. They dig hard off of turn number 14. Davey down this long front straightaway, the airport runway at Alfred Whitted Airport. Can you get much of a draft here?
Oh, you can get a draft, Mike. It's at the very end of the straightaway, and you really have to get that little teeny bit of draft, and then, but you have to make sure you outbrake him when you get to the corner and not overshoot turn 1.
It's Dixon, Hunter-Ray, Castroneves, your top 3.
Interesting you should mention the name Ray Hall. My question is for Davey, and that is, as I'm high above here in turn number 4, as they come through about 200 yards or so before they make that right-handed turn, you can tell when the drivers are downshifting. But the last 4 circuits by, that 38 machine of Graham Rahal and as well the 83 of Charlie Kimball, it sounds like
we got a problem, Jake. We got a problem off of 14, Jake Query.
That, Mike King.
Yeah, Jake, we've got a problem off of turn 14 as Ed Carpenter has spun the car a couple of times, and Davey, that's going to have some implications here, but looked like Ed Carpenter in that Fuzzy's Ultra Premium Vodka car just drove 14, looped it a couple of times, and the car has come to a stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Now's the time for these guys that pitted that first round.
Oh, he got a little help there. He got a bit of help. It wasn't Ed at all by himself. Car running behind him got into his rear end, and that's what helped him around as Davey here we're back on board and trying to get a good look at
Dario Franchitti.
Was it Dario Franchitti?
Yeah, it sure was.
So the last time they were racing,
I think it was Dixon.
Well, let's wait. Yeah, because Dixon was running 14.
Yeah, it was definitely Dixon.
Yeah, so might have been Scott Dixon, but yeah, so we thought originally that Ed had done that on his own. That was not the case, but Davey, it brings out our third yellow, and that changes the scenario.
Well,
2 previous restarts, very clean. Scott Dixon will see the green flag, but here comes Elio Castroneves and Ryan Hunter-Ray, Davey, trying to chase him down in 1.
Well, a little bit of, not really blocking him, but Ryan Hunter-Ray had a shot, but Castroneves got up beside him. Right now we got, who is that? Pagano and Sato going side by side.
Joseph Newgarden as well was in there. Jake Query there in front of you.
Scott Dixon tries to get himself a little bit of breathing room. Then Ryan Hunter-Ray and Elio Castroneves just behind Marco Andretti trying to do what he can on Elio Castroneves. He can't make a move. And now we've got a little bit of a jam up. Oriol Servia in the back of the field. Charlie Kimball also got wide. No contact from anybody. Servia gave up a couple spots.
Yeah, Oriol Servia really trying to hustle that car right now, Davey, despite the fact he's running 20 seconds. The leaders head to Mark James in 10.
Elio Castroneves takes a peek around to the inside of Ryan Hunter-Ray. Doesn't open the door too much for Marco. Hitch drops off just a little bit. Then it's Bourdais with Vizo in tow as they work their way through the interloop, if you will, under the Acura bridge.
Yeah, Vizo and Bourdais looks like this could get interesting here, Davey, off of turn number 14.
Yeah, Vizo ahead of Bourdais and on the screen, but Bourdais had passed him somewhere along the line. Vizo didn't like that, tried to retaliate, get him back, could not do it. So how about that? That Lotus car of Sebastian Bourdais in 6th place, Mike.
Oh, it's 73 laps complete. Elio Castroneves went to the inside of J.R. Hildebrand, and Davey, despite the fact that Hildebrand was going to have to make his pit stop, Elio wasn't going to wait. He went ahead and made the move and went to the front.
It looks like, you see, yeah, Hinchcliffe, did he pit at this point? No, he's still on racetrack, so it looks like not only that, but Castroneves and Ryan Hunter-Ray got by Hinchcliffe as well.
Yeah, you mean Hildebrand.
I'm sorry, Hildebrand.
Yeah, J.R. Hildebrand. Yeah. Problems for Takuma Sato. 10 laps earlier, he was our race leader. Now he is on pit lane, and Davey, the engine cowling is off, so problems for Taku.
Wow, not too good. I guess wasn't that good of luck for David Letterman to show up. Good to have him here, though, and what a great run for that team. Happy to see that team running full-time. I think I just seen maybe the A.J. Foyt car coming in the pits as well with Mike Conway.
Elio Castroneves has gone to the front. Twice a winner here on the streets of St. Petersburg. Davey did not win a race last year. For the first time in a decade, Elio Castroneves was shut out of victory lane in the IndyCar Series.
Yeah, and how surprising is that? I mean, he looks strong right now. Right now we see a Chevrolet, Honda, then a bunch of Chevrolets behind all the way to the top 6, and then Pagano and a Honda. So Chevrolets are looking strong right now, Mike. And Elio, man,
What?
nobody pressure. 3 seconds ahead right now, Scott Dixon.
Jake Query, we're keeping our eye on the fight for 7th place as Simon Pagenaud is trying to hold off our pole sitter, Will Power. Power going to work on him in turn 1. Now they come off of 2. They'll head to you off of turn number 3.
Will Power has certainly earned his paycheck today, as has Simon Pagenaud. Both have had to go through the field on a couple of different occasions. Pagenaud in that HP machine, the right-hander into turn number 4. Then to turn number 5, Will Power right there behind him. The lead right now for Simon Pagenaud, about a half a car length over that number 12.
Yeah, and Davey, it looks like Simon's holding him off right now, but Will Power just continues to reel him in.
Yeah, you know, Simon early on in this race got a little bit of nose damage. The nose wing in the left front is damaged, and I'm sure that's affecting the handling of that car a little bit. He's on the reds as well, and I know for a fact the reds.
Makes his way off of turn number 8. Elio Castroneves, the Shell V-Power machine, looking great as it already heads off of 9. Heads to you, Mark James, for the final time in turn number 10.
Fans looking at Dan Weldon Way are on their feet. Fists are pumping. He is one of the favorites, one of the greats of all time. Elio Castroneves about to pull into victory lane for the 3rd time on the beautiful streets of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Elio Castroneves will not put a wheel wrong here today off of 13, 14. He is on the front straight for the final time. Elio Castroneves will raise the fist for the 26th time of his career. He'll dance into victory lane. He's the winner on the streets of St. Petersburg. 2nd place to Scott Dixon. 3rd place to Ryan Hunter-Reay. James Hinchcliffe is 4th. Ryan Briscoe is 5th. Pagenaud is 6th. Power is 7th. Vizo 8th. Franchitti 9th. And Joseph Newgarden brings his car home in 10th place. It is Elio Castroneves who has tasted victory here today at St. Pete.
Well, the fans are on their feet, and Elio Castroneves is pulled to a stop, and he is climbing the fence in turn number 10. Photographers with the flash bulbs going off. Pyrotechnics should be going off soon. And Elio Castroneves goes back to victory lane. And what an afternoon of driving by Elio Castroneves, and the fans saluting this champion. And now, Mike, this is a very touching, fitting way to end it as he climbs the fence to the opposite side, pats his heart, and pats the sign, points to the sign that says Dan Weldon Way.
That's a nice move there. That's a class move. And Elio Castroneves first climbing the, he's very emotional right now.